Back on December 12th, the Moranbong band, along with the state-merited chorus, was set to do a performance in Beijing. However, 3 hours before the performance was to take place, it was canceled, and the Moranbong band was sent back to North Korea. Now, no official explanation has been given for why the performance was canceled. And of course, this led to all manner of completely baseless accusations, as usually happens when the DPRK does anything in the media whatsoever. However, there are sources that say that the reason for the cancellation of the concert actually has to do with Chinese censors, and not anything the DPRK chose to do. According to them, there was a reference to there's a song called Ambitious Wolf, where there's lyrics which glorify the 1950-1953 Korean War. I mean, that's a very, very common theme in pretty much all things DPRK culture. That's not surprising at all. Now, apparently China did not ask that the lyrics be changed in the song, but it did not pass the screening, said the source, and he declined to be identified due to the sensitivity of the subject. China's views were that the lyrics would unnecessarily provoke the U.S. That's right. The DPRK's long-standing existence of resisting U.S. imperialism would somehow offend the Yankees, and then that would be a problem. Apparently, China is worried about the United States' sensibilities, or worried about the United States' ego. After all the rhetoric that has come out of China over the decades, including the revolutionary period, denouncing U.S. imperialism against itself, all of a sudden, China's really, really worried that the United States will be offended by such a performance. Is that going to hurt their diplomatic ties somehow? Is the United States going to start becoming an international grump just because the DPRK mentioned one of the crimes the United States committed against their country while performing in another country? Is that somehow significant in any way, shape, or form? Is that any different than how the DPRK has been talking about it for 50, 60 years? Is that, this doesn't really make much sense to me. Why would China censor this kind of message, a message that they themselves claim to be supporting themselves, an anti-imperialist message? So they should really have no problem with the DPRK denouncing the United States' aggression on them. I mean, why should we even really worry about the United States' feelings in the first place? They're constantly threatening the DPRK with everything for daring to have a system that is outside their full economic control. And they're constantly making threats. The United States is constantly killing people across the entire world. But apparently, if we mention something like that, that's going to hurt their feelings, and that will, will be unnecessarily provoke the DPRK and maybe cause some kind of tensions between China and the United States. Well, it's just simply ridiculous. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually was true, because I am thinking along those lines, because China is trying to build better relations with the United States. Despite how much the two may completely hate each other and may be in competition with each other, the two of them need each other right now. The two of them are intimately tied economically, and they have to remain at least tolerable allies to each other. So this story is just very, very strange. And frankly, I mostly don't know what to think of it. But I would not put it past China to actually censor the DPRK in this situation, which actually is a lot more reasonable of an explanation than some of the total crazy ideas that have come out of the Western media about it. If you like this video and you'd like to see more of them, then head over to my Patreon page and show your support. Or you can go to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share on various social media.